Hello, folks. Can you hear us? If you can hear us, say Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Let me know if you can hear us. Always I got like a million windows open. Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Confirmation.
Okay, you guys, so if you are here, then you know that we are about to play a Japanese Final Fantasy VI ROM hack. This is something I've heard about for like a few months, maybe even a year or two. And they just keep updating it and they keep making it bigger and bigger, so I figured it's time to finally check it out. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. There's a link to it right up there on the screen. Can't click the screen though, sadly. So actually, yeah.
So do you have the latest version?
So I have version 1.49 of this hack.
Okay.
This is called Final Fantasy VI T edition. I guess T is for tomato. Not really, but so I have version 1.49, but just like yesterday, 1.50 came out.
Oh.
So I tried to download that just now, but the zip file is broken. So because of that, and to make everything easier for everybody, I put up a quick page right there. Actually, I'm going to show you right now. Here's that page. Let me show it to you real quick. Okay, so here's a look at what's new in this hack. It's really extensive and it covers like pretty much the entire game. So we're gonna play through a lot, not all in one sitting or anything, but anyway, so it adds like new dungeons and new bosses and new content, new music. Just like it fixes all of the bugs in the game.
Ooh, we have someone from Germany in the chat.
Oh, cool! Welcome.
Bob Kiers from Germany.
Thank you for joining us from there. It is it fixes or it changes things actually in the main game too a little bit. It has like there's quests you can go on, stuff like that. There's all kinds of neat things that I've read about but I've never tried.
Someone asked if it was an expansion.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means actually. So
expanded universe Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, there are crossover things, like some crossover bosses, as you can see here, as you can see right here. So yes, we'll look real quick at the changes. Oh, this is in Japanese. Just a second. I got to do some magic. How do I do this in Firefox? Okay, since we can't read it anyway, it doesn't matter. But here, like, it has a music player, and you can check out all the music. There's like, I don't know, many dozens of new songs.
It's Kevin Show.
Many of them are from other Square games, and for some people that breaks the experience having like music from other games in there. So the creators of this patch allow you to customize the patch and take out that music if you want. There's instructions on how to do that in this documentation when you download the patch, but it's in Japanese, so you'll have to figure that out. Okay, just like some menu stuff. Like, let's go quickly through the pictures. Let's see. Yeah, if you get MP damage, it changes the color. If you get MP restore, it changes the color. Something I can't read this. Something with that. I think they make it so like the critical, like when you're low on HP, those special attacks, it happens more often or something. Can you close that window a little bit? Yeah, it's shining right in my eye.
Okay.
It changes some graphics. There's a whole bunch of graphical changes. There's new items and new equipment, bug fixes, new enemies. It's just like, it's kind of like the main game plus a lot of new stuff. I thought I would, here's like all the new equipment and who can equip it. I can't read it, so.
Is there anything like somebody has done in the Earthbound community that's similar to this?
The Earthbound is such a hard game to hack that probably not.
Okay.
There's been some extensive hacks, but nothing quite like this.
Is there another big name hack then that is kind of like this? Because people are like asking, what is this?
Yeah, it's a really big hack. It's like it's been years in the making by dozens of Japanese fans. So
okay.
So here's a bunch of like music from other games that's in the game. So you got all these other Final Fantasy games are in here. Final Fantasy 5. You can see they put a lot of new music in here.
And has it been redone with like
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy VI music?
Yeah.
Thingy? music. What do you call that?
Engine.
Sound font.
Yeah. So I've got all this stuff. So like I said, they explain how to not use this music if you don't like it.
That's
Some
nice
character
of them.
changes. Like I think they give new attacks to people too. We'll discover all of this stuff as we play. Yeah, so they also add a dressing room where you can have like alternate costumes for people. Like I think it's in the airship, and you can go in the airship and change your costume to alternate. So here's Tina, Tara, Locke. Here's me. This is Shadow, and his alter ego is Clyde in the game. So this is actually what he looks like in the official game.
Neat.
So you can play as that if you want. You can look like Edgar. Here's she's in her opera dress. You can fight in that. It's pretty neat stuff. There's Umaro. Okay, so magic changes. There's a bunch of magic changes, and I don't know, so we'll find out. There's a whole bunch of new events, and that's like the meat of this, I think. And we can't read them, sadly. Can't read. If you change the encoding, you can read them, but since this is last second, I didn't set it up properly. But most of the new events and the new dungeons are in the World of Ruin, or whatever people call that. I forget. So we'll check that out. We'll check out all that stuff.
Have you played any part of this game yet?
Nope.
Okay. This is a total blind.
Yeah, this is a totally blind. Like I'm really interested in the Japanese side of ROM hacking. There's not like a whole lot of knowledge about that. So I'm hoping that I can help, bridge that gap a little bit, and I'll find neat little hacks and I'll share them with everybody.
Carrie Fry says she's gonna rename Shadow Tomato every time now.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
By the way, Carrie Fry, that picture you drew of us in my birthday card, can we use that as our logo? Because I love it, and I would like to use that.
Okay, so if you guys want to download this patch for yourself and try it out, there's a link right above there. You can see it, tomatofabi.net/that stuff. And you can check it out. Okay, so let's actually get into the game. Let's turn one of these off.
Let's
There we
go.
go. Yeah. So it looks like Final Fantasy VI is just barely winning. I'm sad that 4 has so little love. The only vote for 4 is actually mine.
Tomato's favorite Final Fantasy is 4.
Alright, so let me turn off the poll for now. I should mention that I didn't mean for this to be a big deal or anything. So I'm just going to play it casually, not like a usual Poemato CX. And only just going to play casually for a few hours today. And I'll probably play a little bit just over time whenever I feel like it, and then I'll post these on YouTube.
Oh, Carrie Fry said she voted for 4, but it didn't tally it.
Oh. Okay. So tell me how the audio mix is. I've been toying with audio.
I'm sitting here mostly just observing, because I've only played Final Fantasy. Well, I've watched Mato play Final Fantasy once, like at least 7 years ago by now. So I don't know much about Final Fantasy VI. I just know that I like it a lot. It was really good, but I don't remember much of it now.
So there's a Final Fantasy VI Japanese translation. What's that about? I can't really check.
Oh, let me see what that is. I'm not sure.
I had a good background for this, but I can't find it now. Okay, we'll just start now. So, well, this is all in Japanese, you guys, so I'm not gonna live translate most of it unless it's significantly different in some way. Someday maybe I'll do that. I do want to do a full, comparison on Legends of Localization someday, but maybe not until I'm 50 at the rate I'm going. There are text changes to this hack as well, I've heard. I have no idea where they are though. So I'm pretty much doing this blind, and you guys are joining me. I actually haven't played this game since like 2008 maybe, with when I played with Potrader here. I got her into the game.
And I promise Mino that I'm not going to sing any songs to this because
Oh yeah.
some of you may know that Aquas once released improvisational nightmare versions of Final Fantasy VI songs where he basically just sang improv lyrics over a lot of these songs. And I know all those songs by heart, and I will not sing them on this stream. Live opera singing. There is an Aqua song for that, but I won't sing it.
Oh, so the Skyrender one that you're talking about? Actually, he's denounced that as like, you know, because it was his really early work before he knew Japanese. Yeah, this game has a lot of hacks and retranslations. It's really interesting how much attention it gets.
Would you say it's the most popular like old school Final Fantasy before they went to
I think so.
polygons?
I think so, yeah. For me, it's before though, just barely. Man, I look so forward to this game when it came out. I actually got this game, Final Fantasy III, for the Super NES. I pre-ordered it, and it was my birthday present. Like just the pre-order was the birthday present.
Oh my god!
It wasn't supposed to come out for like until the end of October or something.
Yeah.
So midway between October, like October 15th or something, we got a call at like 7 at night. They're like, "We have your copy in," and it was like 40-minute drive, so we would just get there barely at 8.
Oh man.
So we rushed over there. I convinced my parents to rush me over there, and I managed to get Final Fantasy III like 2 weeks before everybody else. It was so incredible.
Wow. So like pre-orders meant that you could get them early?
No, but you know how like store clerks, they don't really know much about release dates. Yeah.
So it came in 2 weeks earlier than the release date, and they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
You're gonna have it, kid.
Yeah. And actually, when I went there, like I rushed there at the last minute, and when I got there, you know Loco-san, and he was there. Like he lived in a different part of the city, but some reason he was there with his family.
Wow.
And it was a really weird coincidence. Yeah. And then like the next day was his sister's wedding, and I told him like, haha, I'm getting Final Fantasy III. He was so jealous that like right after the wedding he rushed over to my house.
Oh man.
From like an hour away.
So how old were you guys in that scenario?
Let's see, I was in sophomore of high school. I'm gonna guess 14 maybe.
15 or 16.
I don't think so. 14, 15, 16, somewhere around there.
So a teenager who teenage boys do not care about their sister's weddings.
Oh yeah, no
definitely.
way. So I had this good background for this, but I don't know where to put with it. Okay, we'll just stick with this one then.
It's a nice
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do the start button yet. We got to do that all again. I'm going to fast forward through that, you guys. I'm not going to do too much fast forwarding and cheating. But we already did this. Alright, here we go. Can you guys read that text okay? Let me put this up.
Which text?
There we go. That's a little better maybe.
Oh, what did you do?
Gradient.
Huh, that's neat.
Okay, that's a little better. Okay, let's go. First, let's look at the menu. Maybe there's different stuff in the menus. Oh. So, it's a little hard for me to follow the chat, but I'll try to.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I got it right here, but...
Yeah, emulation.
So that Tosei Software, they worked on a game that I translated professionally once. It was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
What?
Yeah, let's see. So, they changed stuff here, so there's like white magic, black magic, and whatever they call that, space-time magic. As you can see, it looks like a little clock there. To match the other Final Fantasy games. Let's go with message speed. Go with that.
So if you want to like super explain all of this, I am up for that because I don't really remember.
Well, we're also
about
playing
the
a,
game.
yeah, we're playing a hacked version too, so stuff might not be quite right.
Okay.
So basically, she's being controlled by the Empire. She's brainwashed. Okay, so we got.
Did this all happen in the original here?
Yeah, this is all the same. Like, I think for the most part, the beginning parts of the game are not too different. We'll see. If you guys can keep an eye on things, maybe you guys will notice differences too. I think mostly it's the second half of the game that has a lot of the new events.
Okay.
But there's like new things in the first half too. I like to go up here just because I can. I'm coming to get you.
Did you say like that 6, like, that's her magnum opus?
Yeah,
Would you say 6 was the magnum opus?
I think
of
so.
Old Final Fantasies?
I think so.
Which one of the new ones do you think is the magnum opus of the new ones?
See, I've only played a little bit. Oh, I played most of 10, 0 of 11, a couple hours of 12, and nothing past that.
Okay.
So I can't really say.
What would the chat say then? Like,
Yeah.
what is the best, like, 3D, I guess, Final Fantasy
Yeah.
game?
Let's see, she's got fire and cure. In Japanese, they're called Genju. Yeah. Like I have like, I'm just gonna link to it if you want to read my insanity.
You've got people saying Final Fantasy 9 is probably the best one.
Yeah, that probably is a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so for people who are asking, you don't know what you just asked, so here you go.
What I asked? What?
Like people were asking me. Okay. So
Oh, I think someone just linked to
yeah,
it.
thank you, JMR Stream.
Yeah.
I'll just do it too. There you go. I wrote 1 million pages of localization comparisons about Final Fantasy IV. So there you go.
My Pikachu has brown ears because I think that's cute.
Okay, so we got Wedge.
Wedge and who's the other guy?
Is it Biggs?
He's always in every Final Fantasy. Did they still continue that? Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
and there's always a Sid too, right?
Yeah. I wonder why they still do that.
I definitely liked the Final Fantasy 4 Sid a lot more. Final Fantasy Sword.
The spirits within.
Oh. Oh, this. Oh, I see.
So for the most part, like, this is just a casual thing. Like, I had a really weird week, so I'm just taking it easy now. My hope is that I'll just play this a little bit over time, you know, over the coming months. And if you guys want to join in, that would be awesome. And then also if you miss any, I'll just post them on YouTube anyway, so you can check them out. Like I said, I want to like check out Japanese ROM hacks a lot more because there's something that's kind of unknown outside of Japan. Yeah. Like there's like the Kaizo Marios, but there's probably all kinds of other gems. The Kaizo Mario. Oh, Kaizo kind of just means hack to begin with.
Oh.
But
Is it the cat Mario?
no, it's just like the incredibly difficult Mario. You know, just like impossibly.
That reminds me of Cat Mario. That game
Yeah,
is tricky.
yeah. Cat Mario is pretty fun.
Didn't Critical play that?
I'm gonna maybe speed up this game a little bit, like the game battle system. It's been a while since I played it, and I'm playing a weird version while I'm talking and not paying attention, so I won't put it up all the way. So somewhere in here is a music player, where you can see all the music, but... Alright, we got them surrounded. Pincer attack.
So when you're in the middle like that, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, because back attacks hurt you. So many of the bugs in this game were fixed, so we can't do a lot of the cheating techniques anymore. Also, I'm considering this the Fangamer Final Fantasy VI Fan Fest that has never happened, so I'm taking over that.
Carefrey has an ultimate ROM hack suggestion.
What's that?
Of Mega Man, Rockman 4 minus Infinity. She says there's lots
Oh
of
yeah,
content.
that's one.
Highly
Okay,
recommend it.
I'll definitely check that out. I've heard so many great things about that.
Okay.
So in English, this was a crown, like a slave crown, but in Japanese, it's a pendant, I guess.
Awesome brand. We've got a link up above the video
Yeah.
there if you want to learn more about what this hack is.
I wish I could put that in the text. I can colorify it, but yeah, just check that link up there, and you can check this out for yourself. It's a really big deal in Japan. So from what little I've read, it's like one of the biggest and most beloved hacks, I guess. Like, there's so much new stuff to it. I guess we won't see it right off the bat, though. Man, I really like this game. I look forward to playing through it slowly.
Savoring it.
Yeah. I'm usually actually not one to play many ROM hacks because I know how to ROM hack, and so I kind of know that like everything is just ones and zeros, and I can just flip a number to just destroy everything.
That's the reason you don't like playing Animal Crossing, you were telling me.
Yeah.
It's like doing all those quests and gathering all that money. It's like you know how to just hack a game and give yourself all the money you want, so it's like boring.
So when I learned Japanese, one of the first games I played was this. Oh, new music, I think.
Hey, that did sound weird. What? Are these new?
No, they're the same.
Okay, I don't remember.
They're were-rats. Heal Force.
How do you think of my fat Pikachu?
Oh, I like that a lot. We need to get like a webcam so we can take quick pictures. Like, not of us, but just stuff.
Yeah. I have one.
Do you? Oh, well, I don't know if I have any free ports.
It's okay.
Yeah, so this is new music. Let's listen.
I like it a lot.
Is this from another game? Like, a lot of the music is from a different game. It sounds familiar. Like it might be from, like, a Final Fantasy Legend or Adventure or whatever.
Final Fantasy Adventure? Isn't that not a Final Fantasy game?
Yeah, it's not. The Seiken Densetsu 1, I think?
Yeah. I mixed them up because there's Final Fantasy Adventure and then Final Fantasy something else. They're both Game Boy games. I don't
Final Fantasy Legend and Adventure.
Yeah. Okay, so Carrie Farr says it's not familiar. The music isn't familiar to her.
So I'm already intrigued, just like all this new stuff. So this guy is named after a Norse god, not a not a Welk. Okay. This is, I remember. You know about it?
Oh, Saga, yeah.
Saga can. So it eats lightning, and it stores it in its shell. Okay. I like how a lot of Final Fantasy games start off like this, like, don't attack the one part after it retreats or something.
Man, I bet you moms in like the early 90s trying to buy their kids Final Fantasy games and accidentally buying like Final Fantasy Adventure or Final Fantasy Legends. I feel bad for those moms.
I need to heal, question mark. That's right, Kevin Chai. I just didn't know how to pronounce it, so I didn't say it. How do you say that? In Japanese, it's like Ymir.
Ymir?
Yeah, see, I don't really know. Well, somebody died.
Did Terra die?
Yeah, I was too busy reading Norse names. Like how this is a tutorial boss and I'm already dead because I'm
Good job.
Yeah, I'm already talking. Like, as I've noticed, when you stream games, or at least when I stream games, I become like 50% worse at the game, even if I'm already, decent at the game.
Because imagine though, if you're at a talent show and your goal is to play this game in front of a whole big audience.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It is, I think. Like, I'm trying to like keep track of the chat while I'm like trying to give commentary while reading Japanese and translating it.
I wonder if that's why Arino is so bad at games.
It could be.
Or if he's just bad at games.
It was really cool that I remember there was a time when I would play this game and I could understand maybe like a few words at most, but now it was just like comes so easily to me.
That's cool.
So I'm just waiting for him to do his thing now. There we go. I can't check that link, I'm sorry. I really also look forward to finding some good Japanese Final Fantasy IV hacks, because man, I love that game so much. And I'm getting that that time of year is almost like Final Fantasy IV season for me. The end of summer up to maybe like October or November.
Arino needs to play a text-heavy English game.
You can play that one that we did last night.
Yeah, the rabbit game.
Yeah, the Rabbit Fujiyama 2. So I sent a tweet to that guy who made that Japanese game we played last night.
Fujiyama?
Yeah, so for people who weren't here yesterday, we found a... Wow, that count died. Went down to 4.
No.
So last night we played a Japanese game that was written entirely in English by a non-native English speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was like, I have a pen. Do you have a pen? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so,
yes, good.
Yeah, so Poemato and I here, we just voice acted the entire game out. And it took so many strange turns through that by the end we were all just in shock, and we were laughing and shocked, and so that's on YouTube now if you want to check that out.
Can I spoil it?
No.
Okay.
It involves Holocausts and more than that.
That's what I wanted to spoil.
Yeah.
So, a game about rabbits, at first talking about pens and New Year's, devolved into Holocausts and whatever else.
Yeah. So anyway, so I sent a tweet to the creator of the game last night, and immediately they favorited it, retweeted it, and responded and said, I don't know where you found my game, but if you enjoyed it, I'm glad.
And we did enjoy it. So the person who made that was Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was actually a game before that they made a few months before. It was part 1, but it was more just like mixture of Japanese and English and some rabbits.
Okay. So not as crazy as...
It's not as crazy, but
one.
I downloaded it anyway, so we can do it.
Okay.
And I also tweeted the creator of the Hamburger RPG, because we had a lot of fun doing that game too, and he was really happy and honored.
Cool.
So I'm hoping to like reach out to Japanese indie game makers this way. Maybe ROM hackers too. Maybe they'll watch me play this and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so glad." Okay, so this is the...
I know I got really excited when somebody played my Hurricane game.
Yeah.
It was extra great because he was British, so I loved hearing his pronunciations of like windy swirls and stuff like that.
So in Japanese, all of these creatures, these summons, they're called Genju in Japanese, and here's a link to Genju if you want to read about Genju. But in this game's localization is called an Esper, and for the longest time I thought, what is an Esper? But in Japanese, I guess it's an actual word. It could be an actual word in English too, but it's for like somebody with ESP. An ESPer, an Esper.
Yeah.
So somebody who has like supernatural powers or something like that.
So would you call Ness an Esper?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I think he's been referred to that way.
Oh. I think there's a Pokemon called Esper. So if so, that would make sense if it's like a psychic type. Though I could be, totally making that up.
Yeah, there's gonna be like hundreds of new songs, I think, from what it looked like. So I can't wait to hear them all.
Gotta hear them all.
Espion.
Oh. That must be it.
Oh, there's an Esper.
Esper.
That sounds like a cat.
I think that's like a psychic cat.